are we?
We're in Nevada City to experience a Victorian Christmas. Come along.
I had stumbled across this article as I was perusing through something, Googling something, and I saw Victorian Christmas, Nevada City, California. So I thought we should go there because as I read in the article about what this event was, I thought it'd be really fun to go see.
I think one of the first things that is striking is you step back into the history of this town immediately. So you've got buildings that, clearly have a history of going back probably 100 years or more. Brick construction, kind of construction you don't see anymore. Lots of plaques on the walls of some of these buildings, the historic markers. Many of them have historic designations. So you're immediately immersed in this California history, which is cool. I think we always enjoy that. But there was so much more for our visit, too.
When we first got there, we were early, but Father Christmas was already walking around the festival.
Yes.
And boy, did he look like Father Christmas.
What do you mean look like? It was Father Christmas.
Oh my goodness. He had the beard and he had the wreath around his head as a Victorian.
A garland.
Father Christmas would have. And the bird, which is very significant to the Victorian era, was sitting in his wreath, and he had the long, beautiful, red, bright cloak with the white fur around the edges, and there he was. There was Father Christmas.
Given the events of Victorian Christmas, we were immersed in the festiveness of the holiday season. So as Victorian Christmas started during our visit, the main street was packed with vendors. There was vendors selling all kinds of things from clothing, artwork, handmade items. There was lots of food and drink.
Jewelry.
There was boozy drinks even.
Which you were allowed to walk around the streets with, which is quite different in California. Mm-hmm.
They had mulled wine. They had hot buttered rum, which you and I partook in. Hot chocolate with peppermint schnapps, so it was nice to be able to get those kinds of libations. There was kombucha vendors, food trucks with tacos, and people milling around. It was just fun. It was festive. That's an example of the ambiance that we walked into.
It was just the street, the main street that most of the vendors on was just wall-to-wall vendors. It just went on and on and on. So there was lots of stuff to peruse at.
Walking through the downtown, in addition to just that kind of city fair ambiance with all the vendors, there was Christmas music everywhere from live performers, which was really neat. So we encountered strolling singers. There was caroling groups. There was a quartet that just did this phenomenal job. There were instrumental groups. We saw the Salvation Army brass band. We listened to them at the north end of the street. There was a group of women playing recorders. We saw a high school band. They were playing Christmas music, and that was cool to see. We had even seen on one of the side streets, there was a gentleman set up, and I've never heard this instrument live. I've heard it on recordings, but he was playing a didgeridoo, which is this Australian long wooden tube-like instrument.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, probably about 6 feet long. It makes a very distinct sound. So tons of music, and I always enjoy that. So we stopped and listened several times throughout the day to the entertainment that was available in the city.
Yes, and as the day went further on, I looked up at one point, and there was this very historic building that had this balcony that wrapped almost all the way around the building. Yeah. And I looked up, and there was a group of people up there that were completely dressed in white, flowing robes.
They looked very wintry.
They looked very wintry. And they were just up there interacting with the crowd below. They were making almost like their own way of speaking, and people would start going, and you were just like, what is going on? And so we watched them for a while, and I kept looking, and I said, this must have to do with the Winter Solstice. And I figured, so it's some kind of pagan Winter Solstice type of group. And sure enough, I was right, because I couldn't help myself. I had to go talk to one of them. When they came down, they were walking around the main street area, and I saw one of the gentlemen, and I just said, so tell me about, I forget how I introduced myself into this conversation.
Kind of. This is a pagan thing. Yeah, the Icelandic Elves.
Icelandic Elf.
The Huldufólk, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And we're checking on you humans a couple times a year to see if you're behaving yourselves, which you are not.
I know.
As usual.
I know.
But is it your fault?
Probably.
She admits it! Oh, dear God. We're in deep
I'm
trouble.
trying to fix it.
Yeah, we all are. Yeah. Very little luck.
Yes. Well, we'll just keep trying. How's that?
Yeah, that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can. We're going to watch.
Oh, okay.
Crazy people.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yep.
An Icelandic elf just hit me. Hit me.
Because you were a bad lady.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yes. So you have to be good.
I
lady.
have to be good,
Yes.
bad, and good. Okay, got it. But they were fun, and their costumes were incredible. And later I talked to one of the women.
It's been growing.
Yeah.
More and more people have been joining.
Yeah. Wow.
Representing the Icelandic Huldufólk, the hidden people
Uh-huh.
in the mythology. Huldufólk.
Okay.
Huldufólk.
And if they choose to, they can make themselves seen to human beings. And they look and behave similar to humans, but they live in parallel worlds. Thank you guys.
Yeah, so if you have never encountered a Huldufólk Icelandic elf, they apparently appear annually in Nevada City.
That's right.
So pick a December, make a trip out to Nevada City, and they may make an appearance, see you, and hopefully you've been good. So we stayed just about till the end. One of the reasons we stayed that long, there was photos and videos that one or both of us had seen. I know I had gone on YouTube because I was curious about what this thing was going to be and saw some of the YouTubes at night. And as festive as the event is during the day, once the lights start to, or the sun starts to go down and the lights all come up in the city, it's just that Christmas special ambiance, and we wanted to take a part of that too, so we stuck around to see that. And that's when the Icelandic elves really were getting into it in a big way.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
They were coming down. They wanted to interact with the humans,
Yeah.
and they certainly were.
Yeah, so that's a taste of Victorian Christmas. Oh, the other thing that they mention, they encourage people to dress up in Victorian costume, and we saw a number of people dressed up in Victorian garb, so that's kind of fun. That was kind of neat. And as we often do under the category of if we had more time, I mean, we spent an entire afternoon just enjoying this Victorian Christmas event that Nevada City had, but they've got more things to see and do there. One of the places that we walked by was the Nevada Theater, which is the oldest original use theater building in the state of California. And during the month of December, and I think they do this most years, Dickens' A Christmas Carol. So that would be another, if you like live theater, that's another cool thing that you can see there.
There it is. There's the chestnut.
It was roasting on the open
And it's
fire.
warm. It's nice and warm. So there was just a lot of things to do, a lot of things to see. Nevada City itself was fascinating, wonderful. It has lots of history, and I really enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching this video. We hope you've seen some things that'll help you plan your future travel adventures.
And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and like us. And if you have any comments, we'd love to hear from you.
And until next time, keep on traveling, and we hope to see you
In
at the places where we go.